7 anti-cancer spices scientists discovered can fight cancer in ways that'll surprise you. While turmeric's curcumin dominates headlines with over 12,000 studies, ginger's gingerol and garlic's allicin grab all the attention. Researchers have uncovered powerful anti-cancer compounds in spices you've probably never heard of, some that cost more than gold and target specific cancer pathways like NF-kappa B and SAT3 signaling. Let me be crystal clear from the start. These spices aren't magic cancer cures. They can't replace conventional medical treatment, and you should always work with your healthcare team. But what the research reveals about these natural compounds is absolutely fascinating, and it might change how you think about what's sitting in your spice cabinet. Over 180 spice-derived compounds have been studied for their anti-cancer properties, targeting everything from lung and breast cancer to prostate and colorectal cancers. These natural compounds work by triggering apoptosis, preventing tumor formation, stopping metastasis, generating reactive oxygen species, and even protecting normal cells from chemotherapy damage. What makes today's list special is that we're looking at the underdogs, the spices that don't get the spotlight but pack serious scientific punch despite bioavailability challenges. Let's start with the most expensive spice in the world. Saffron costs more per gram than gold, and now we know why nature made it so precious. This crimson spice gets harvested from just 3 tiny stigmas of the Crocus sativus flower, and it contains compounds that researchers discovered in the 1990s could prevent and fight cancer. As of 2024, saffron has completed only 2 clinical trials for cancer, making it ripe for future research. The 3 powerhouse molecules in saffron are crocin, crocetin, and safranol. These aren't just antioxidants, they're precision weapons against cancer cells that work by inhibiting NF-kappa B signaling pathways. Here's what blew my mind. Saffron compounds can distinguish between healthy cells and cancer cells, protecting the good ones while destroying the bad ones. In colorectal cancer studies, crocin reduced cancer cell proliferation to as low as 2.8% of untreated cells. That's a 97% reduction with an IC50 value of 15 micrograms per milliliter. When researchers gave crocin to rats with colon tumors over the long term, it enhanced survival without major toxic side effects. But here's where it gets really interesting. Crocetin, another saffron compound, didn't just slow pancreatic cancer growth in mice, it actually reversed it. The tumors shrank through enhanced apoptosis, and this happened when the compound was given orally after the tumors were already detectable. Saffron works by blocking tumor formation, preventing DNA mutations that activate cancer genes, and demonstrating what scientists call selective toxicity. It kills cancer cells while protecting normal cells from the toxicity of anti-cancer drugs. Studies show it's effective against lung, liver, breast, stomach, colorectal, cervical, and prostate cancers. Research shows that 200 to 400 milligrams daily is safe for healthy adults, though bioavailability remains a challenge that researchers are working to overcome through novel delivery systems. If saffron is the most expensive anti-cancer spice, black cumin might be the most versatile. Known as Nigella sativa, kalanji, or Habat el-Baraka, meaning seeds of blessing in Arabic, this small black seed has been called panacea in Latin, literally meaning cure-all. The star compound here is thymoquinone, making up 30 to 48% of the oil fraction. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration categorizes Nigella sativa seed oil as generally recognized as safe, but don't let that fool you into thinking it's weak. Thymoquinone exhibits what researchers call multi-targeting nature. It attacks cancer through multiple pathways simultaneously, including NF-kappa B and STAT3 signaling inhibition. It can block cell proliferation, promote apoptosis, stop invasion and metastasis, enhance chemotherapy sensitivity, prevent blood vessel formation that feeds tumors, generate reactive oxygen species, and reduce inflammation. What's remarkable is that thymoquinone can specifically make tumor cells more sensitive to conventional treatments like radiation and chemotherapy, while simultaneously protecting normal cells from toxic effects. Studies show effectiveness against cancers of the blood system, lung, kidney, liver, prostate, breast, cervix, and skin, with IC50 values ranging from 10 to 50 micrograms per milliliter. The compound works by interfering with DNA structure, affecting cancer signaling pathways, and providing immune system support. Ancient civilizations in Egypt, Greece, and Turkey used black cumin medicinally, and modern science is proving they were onto something profound. Clinical trials suggest 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily is safe, though bioavailability enhancement through piperine remains under investigation. Here's a spice that sounds ordinary but does something extraordinary. It can tell the difference between cancer cells and healthy cells, then selectively destroy only the cancer cells through targeted apoptosis. Fenugreek, or Trigonella phenugrecum, contains compounds called trigonellin, diosgenin, protodiosgenin, and dioscin that demonstrate this remarkable selectivity. In laboratory studies, fenugreek extract at concentrations of 10 to 15 micrograms per milliliter was growth inhibitory to breast, pancreatic, and prostate cancer cell lines without greatly affecting normal cells. When researchers tested individual compounds, they found that while isolated diosgenin couldn't make this distinction, the complete fenugreek extract could through synergistic effects that improve bioavailability. But here's the most compelling evidence. There is a documented case of an 11-year remission of relapsed primary central nervous system T-cell lymphoma with daily use of aqueous fenugreek extract. This represents the first human case where established malignant central nervous system cancer showed regression and then disappeared with fenugreek use. In animal studies, fenugreek seed extract produced a 70% reduction of tumor cell growth compared to controls. The mechanism involves triggering programmed cell death through activation of specific proteins, suppressing enzymes that enable metastasis, regulating cancer cell migration, and generating reactive oxygen species. Research suggests 2 to 5 grams daily as a starting dose, though clinical trials are needed to establish optimal therapeutic ranges. This is why researchers are calling for Phase 1 clinical trials to develop fenugreek as a future therapeutic agent. Cardamom holds the title Queen of Spices and ranks as the third most expensive spice after saffron and vanilla. But recent 2024 research reveals it might deserve a new title, the chemotherapy enhancer that overcomes drug resistance. The key compounds in cardamom include limonene, cymin, pinene, linalool, borneol, cardamonin, indole-3-carbinol, and diindolylmethane. These target what's called the programmed cell death lignin-1 gene, which appears more frequently in cancer cells than healthy cells, while inhibiting SAT3 and NF-kappa B signaling pathways. A study at Chittaranjan National Cancer Institute in Kolkata demonstrated that dietary cardamom reduced colorectal cancer by 48% through improved antioxidant activity and enhanced apoptosis. But cardamom's real superpower might be its ability to overcome drug resistance. A 2024 study found that cardamonin's plant chemicals help when the body becomes resistant to cancer treatments like chemotherapy by generating reactive oxygen species specifically in resistant cells. In lung cancer research, cardamom activated death pathways in non-small cell lung cancer cells with an IC50 value of 25 micrograms per milliliter. In breast cancer studies, cardamom not only suppressed existing cancer stem cells after chemotherapy, but enhanced the effectiveness of chemotherapeutic drugs by reducing tumor burden. What makes this particularly exciting is that cardamom can help overcome drug resistance to standard chemotherapy while protecting against chemotherapy-induced toxicity due to its free radical scavenging properties. Studies suggest 1 to 3 grams daily, though bioavailability can be enhanced when combined with piperine from black pepper. If you've never heard of sumac as a spice, you're missing out on what the USDA has measured as having an ORAC antioxidant value of 312,400. To put that in perspective, sumac has 66 times more antioxidants than blueberries and works through multiple anti-cancer pathways. Sumac, known scientifically as Rhus coriaria, is commonly used in Mediterranean cuisine, but has been used traditionally for treating hemorrhoids, wound healing, diarrhea, ulcers, and eye inflammation. The primary antioxidant responsible for its power is gallic acid, but the spice contains numerous flavonoids, tannins, polyphenolic compounds, and organic acids that target NF-kappa B signaling. When researchers treated colon cancer cells with Rhus coriaria extract, cell viability was significantly inhibited through multiple pathways, including enhanced apoptosis and reactive oxygen species generation. Sumac has also shown the ability to suppress breast cancer growth through blocking specific cellular signaling pathways, including STAT3, NF-kappa B, and nitric oxide pathways, with IC50 values around 50 to 75 micrograms per milliliter. Clinical research demonstrates that doses up to 3 grams per day are safe, and toxicity studies show sumac is very safe for human consumption. The research supports its antibacterial, pain-relieving, anti-diabetic, heart protective, brain protective, and anti-cancer effects, though bioavailability optimization remains an active research area. Long pepper, or piperlongum, contains a compound called piperlongumine that represents one of the most interesting stories in cancer research. Although piperlongumine was discovered over 50 years ago, its anti-cancer activity was only uncovered in the past decade when researchers identified its unique ability to generate reactive oxygen species selectively in cancer cells. Piperlongumine shares various anti-cancer mechanisms, including triggering apoptosis, stopping cell cycle progression, pro-oxidant activity through reactive oxygen species generation, and anti-metastatic and anti-blood vessel forming effects. Recent 2025 research shows that piperlongum significantly suppressed gastric cancer growth in a dose-dependent manner, with high-dose treatment demonstrating superior effectiveness compared to conventional chemotherapy combinations. Long pepper has been studied against breast, ovarian, gastric, brain, lung, oral, prostate, rectal, and cervical cancers, as well as leukemia, with IC50 values typically ranging from 5 to 20 micrograms per milliliter. The compound works by suppressing cancer stem cell properties and blocking malignant characteristics of cancer cells through NF-kappa B pathway inhibition. Interestingly, long pepper is part of Trikatu, an Ayurvedic formulation that also contains black pepper and ginger, used to enhance the bioavailability of nutrients and therapeutic agents. This bio-enhancing property means long pepper might not just fight cancer directly, but could improve the absorption and effectiveness of other anti-cancer compounds, addressing the critical bioavailability challenge that limits many natural compounds. Studies suggest 1 to 2 grams daily of the whole spice or 10 to 50 milligrams of isolated piperlongumine. Our final spice has perhaps the most unfortunate nickname in the culinary world. Asafoetida, known as hing in India and devil's dung due to its strong sulfurous odor, contains compounds that demonstrate potent anti-cancer activity through multiple mechanisms, including apoptosis induction and reactive oxygen species generation. The key bioactive compounds include ferulic acid, umbelliferone, and asafoetida. Ferulic acid acts as a potent antioxidant that neutralizes free radicals and reduces oxidative stress while providing anti-inflammatory properties through NF-kappa B pathway modulation. Umbelliferone, a coumarin derivative, has anti-inflammatory and anti-tumor properties and can trigger programmed cell death in cancer cells. In laboratory studies, Asafoetida extracts blocked the growth of breast, colon, and lung cancer cell lines with impressive IC50 values. Animal studies using mice transplanted with tumor cells showed that Asafoetida extracts provided significant tumor reduction through enhanced apoptosis. When tested against two-stage chemical carcinogenesis on mouse skin, Asafoetida extracts considerably reduced tumor formation. Perhaps most impressively, studies in mice bearing breast cancer tumors showed both anti-tumor and anti-metastasis effects, with measurable reduction in tumor weights and metastasis. One study using silver nanoparticles combined with ethanol extract of Asafoetida achieved an IC50 value of just 1 microgram per milliliter against cancer cells, among the lowest concentrations needed for cancer cell death. What makes these 7 spices remarkable isn't just their individual anti-cancer properties, but how they represent a broader shift in cancer research toward understanding bioavailability, combination effects, and pathway-specific targeting. Scientists are increasingly recognizing that natural compounds can work alongside conventional treatments, potentially enhancing their effectiveness while reducing their toxicity through mechanisms like NF-kappa B and SAT3 pathway inhibition. These spices work through multiple mechanisms, triggering apoptosis, preventing DNA mutations, stopping tumor blood vessel formation, blocking metastasis, enhancing chemotherapy sensitivity, generating reactive oxygen species, and protecting normal cells from treatment damage. Some, like Fenugreek and Saffron, even demonstrate selective toxicity, the holy grail of cancer treatment. However, we must acknowledge the limitations. Most of this research comes from laboratory and animal studies with promising IC50 values but limited clinical trial data. While the results are promising and the mechanisms are well understood, we need more Phase 1 and Phase 2 clinical trials to fully understand dosing, timing, bioavailability enhancement, and integration with conventional treatments. The timeline of discovery is fascinating too. Saffron's anti-cancer properties were discovered in the 1990s. Piperlongumine was known for 50 years before anyone realized its cancer-fighting potential through reactive oxygen species generation. This suggests we're still in the early stages of understanding what nature has provided. What's clear is that these spices represent far more than exotic flavors. They're complex chemical laboratories producing compounds that target cancer's fundamental processes through well-defined pathways like NF-kappa B and STAT3 signaling. Whether used as preventative dietary additions or as complementary support during treatment, they offer hope and highlight the incredible pharmacy that exists in nature, though bioavailability optimization remains crucial. The research continues to evolve rapidly, with new studies published monthly revealing additional mechanisms, clinical trial designs, and potential applications. As we learn more about how to harness these natural compounds safely and effectively through improved bioavailability and combination strategies, we might find that some of our most powerful allies in the fight against cancer have been sitting in spice markets around the world all along. Remember, knowledge is power, but wisdom is knowing how to use it safely. These spices represent promising avenues for research and potential dietary support, but they're part of a comprehensive approach to health that should always include professional medical guidance and consideration of bioavailability factors.